everyone. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me in this second edition of our 35 testimonies to commemorate Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministries at 35. Today we are going to share another testimony. I pray that as you listen, you'll be blessed and you'll be edified to the glory of God. And the title of today's testimony is Miracle of How Did It Happen? Miracle of How Did It Happen? Dofan's womb was removed because she had cervical cancer. Of course, she understood how the cancer came about because she was a very promiscuous lady. In fact, she was a reputable prostitute of many years of experience. All she knew was that her grandmother, Hemba, who was a woman of easy virtue, died after she was afflicted by the disease. It never happened to Dofan's mother, Mimido, who was born out of wedlock. As a growing up child, Mimido had always detested her mother, Hemba's lifestyle. Wanting to live as far away as she can from such a lifestyle, she had lived an upright life and had married well. She was blessed with 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys, with Doofan being the first child. For reasons Doofan could not explain, right from teenage age, she didn't want to go to school anymore. Rather, she moved into a shack where drunks paid pittance to immoral girls to sleep with them. By the time she clocked 25, she had worked as a prostitute for 10 years. Then, that was when she was diagnosed of having cervical cancer, and the only way out to save her life was to remove her womb. The surgery was successfully carried out, and she returned to her daily routine of prostituting herself without understanding what was pushing her to live her kind of lifestyle. One day, the ever vibrant members of the evangelism team of the Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministries visited the dark district where Doofan lived and carried out a street evangelism. On that day, Doofan surrendered her life to Jesus and bade a total bye-bye to her previous lifestyle of sin. She became a member of MFM, a changed daughter of the Most High God, living her life solely for Jesus. In consideration of her past history and her womb removal surgery, she decided that she was never going to marry. Rather, she was going to live her life serving the Lord. However, as she became steadfast in her service to God, one brother named Hosea spotted her and told her that God has revealed to him that she was his wife. Doofan did not give him any reply. She practically refused to give him any attention because she knew where she was coming from. Brother Hosea, too, will not budge. He kept pestering her to the extent that one day she was forced to tell him about her past just to scare him away. See, don't you want children? She asked him. I do not have a womb. There is no womb. Go and look for another woman. God did not tell me if there was a womb or not. God said, You are my wife, he replied adamantly. Having met all the church obligation as regards the marriage counseling department, Hosea got married to Doofan in a colorful and glorious wedding. Months later, Doofan's stomach began to protrude. She was amazed. She went to the hospital and was told she was pregnant. She ran quickly to Dr. Fan, who had performed the surgery to remove her womb, for an explanation. He didn't have one. He too was equally appalled. He continued to monitor her, and 9 months later, she gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. It was Doofan's pregnancy and her childbirth that eventually led to the conversion of Dr. Fan. He gave his life to Jesus. He was too amazed at the power of God's creative power to create a new womb for someone such as Doofan. He kept on saying, This is not possible. I removed the womb. This is not possible. I removed the womb. He said, I didn't used to believe in miracle, but now that this one has happened, I have totally surrendered my life to Jesus. This testimony is called from a message by the General Overseer of Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministries, Professor Daniel Kolawole Olukoya, during the Speak Word to Long-Term Problems held on Friday, February 23rd, 2024 at the Prayer City, and the title of the message is Connecting to the God of Wonder. Thank you so much for joining us in today's testimony. See you in the next testimony. That's the third edition. Goodbye.